When it comes to Drake, when I first saw the image, I was like, okay. And then I saw him running, and I was like, okay, well, I don't know how old he is,
Yeah.
but here's what I will say. I'm happy that he's moving his body, right?
Yeah.
Because I have watched, and you have seen it too, plenty of rappers that
Yeah.
are not in shape, that they go on tour, and quite a few of them have hit me up for diets and training advice through the years. And I'm like, guys, you party, you drink, you're out on tour, but you look at Drake and you're like, okay, what is he doing now? The biggest thing that I have a concern with is who's managing like the blood work and all those things. Because when people work with me, I always want to make sure that they're doing things at the top. Now, when it comes to his actual physique, you know, I would love I would have loved to see like the start and the midpoint and then the end result. I think what we're seeing now is like the end result, and we're like, okay, is there ab etching? Is there something weird going on? And it's because of what society is. We see
Yeah.
people on Ozempic and doing these BBLs
Yeah.
and all this other stuff, and it's like I don't want to accuse him of doing anything because I don't know his trainer. I don't know anything. But what I will say is that I want him to show us how he's training, how he's eating on a daily basis, because that's going to actually motivate more rappers, more adults to actually
Yeah.
get their ass in shape. Otherwise, people are going to say, oh, it's performance enhancing drugs and it's surgery. They're
Right.
just going to say that because they don't really understand the journey of what he went through or didn't.
I know Phil. Some people have pointed out. They said, "Hey, maybe the chest doesn't look right, and the arms and the shoulders and the lats and everything, but that
Right.
the obviously the abs are popping."
Right.
Wait,
So
wait,
it's like
wait.
the abs are popping. We want to see the chest. We want to see the shoulders. When I saw the video of him running, we saw like, and that's the hard part, right? Because people just focus on like the abdominals and say that they're ripped. But then you can see like, back fat or whatever, not as ripped on the backside. So I wish he would train with me, like to be honest. Like I would be like, hey, let's get everything, defined. If your abs are going to
Yeah.
be defined like this, I'm going to make sure you have a little bit of chest striations. I'm going to make sure that he's got this. He actually is tall. So like he has this big tattoo, right?
Right.
But why not have a little bit of upper chest going on so you can wear those V-necks and such, so that's where I come in. I round out the shoulders, I make it look good. So then, like when you're moving, you can actually see the muscles move together. Whereas all we're doing is focusing on the abs, and we're like, okay, what else is there?
Right.
You know?
You get that V going and all that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I know that his inbox is heavy right now. Like people, girls probably hitting him up like, hey, how'd you
Yeah.
do it? And this and that, but I always look at how people did it and will this be sustainable?
Right.
Because in the event that he did do something like a surgery or whatnot, is that sustainable as well? And what message is he promoting? So I would love to actually just see his overall day in the life process. I would actually be quite fascinated because he's a rap mogul, he's a businessman, entrepreneur, he travels the world, does a lot of cool things. But when you only see like the start, like you see like maybe a before and then you just see after,
Yeah.
you allow people to speculate, even for me. But overall, man, I'm happy that he's actually running. I'm actually happy that he's doing something. I mean, I saw him like what months ago, like boxing and
Yeah.
stuff and playing basketball. So the guy is very active. But when it comes to weightlifting, I really would like to see. Well, I really like to know what his goal really is. Is it just to have abs, or is it just, or does he want like chest? Does he want some
Right.
arms? I ain't gonna get on
That's
anyone's.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome that you would train him though, Phil. I was literally
Oh
going to ask that
man,
question. I'm like, there's no way. I mean, a seven-time Mr. Olympia winner would actually get out there and train somebody.
oh
That's
man,
all.
if these guys, if he hit me up and was like, "Hey, what's it gonna take to meet up here and there and go over everything?" Not a problem. I know he works with one guy that I don't know if he competed. He's not a huge fan of mine, but but I will say that him working with a personal trainer is always good. A lot of these, hip hop artists, they work with someone. I've consulted on the side to just try to help those trainers tweak some things when they go on tour because again, they're getting pulled in many different directions. I mean, how are you gonna stay on top of a diet when you're trying to hold a bottle of liquor in your
Right.
hand? Like it's just it's so tough. So for
Yeah.
me, I've always been that guy like in the behind the scenes that have helped. But yeah, I would take his call. I would take his call. I'd take his team's call because his environment is going to be like if he's dieting, then his whole environment need to be doing it too. It can't just be
Yeah.
him. I got back in the world of sports nutrition
Yeah.
primarily because I just got tired of taking everybody else's garbage.
Yeah.
I just was seeing, like either they give you garbage and then they do great marketing, and I'm like, well, we could do great marketing and give you high quality ingredients for a person that's actually done it for 20 odd years. So I just, my wife and I, we sat on it for like a couple years, and we're just like, you know what, instead of complaining, let's just go out and do it. So we renamed it 7X Labs by Phil Heath. It'll have a variety of different ingredient product SKUs such as protein, weight gainers, multivitamin, multiminerals, probiotics. We have a really cool bad pre-workout called Dream Killer. That was my nickname, my alter
Yeah.
ego on stage. So be sure to look us up, 7X Labs on all social media platforms, and I'll be sure to give you a care package, brother. I already told Dean his is on the way.
Oh, it's awesome. I feel I need it, man. I got nothing here.
Hey,
I
the good thing is that I'm 45, right? And I made sure I created this for the guys that are like over 30,
okay, that's me.
35
I'm
that are like,
42.
hey, yeah, exactly. We got to have something that makes
Yeah.
us feel like we were 25 again and
Right.
that actually works, right? So, I got your back, bro.
Oh man, that makes me so happy to hear. Is it out already, Phil, or is it
No,
launching
we're
soon?
in the final stages. We did a soft launch in Dallas, Texas a couple weeks ago at my bodybuilding show.
Yeah.
And we took that feedback. We wanted to do a soft launch so we could hear from the actual general public. And we took that data, went right back to the drawing board, talked to our formulators and our ingredient specialists
Wow.
and the flavor houses that flavor everything because it's got to taste good.
I got it.
And we're in the lab right now. So we're getting our final samples. We're already locked in everything. So the branding is there. We're just excited to be able to share it with the world.